So I read a lot of books, both business and marketing and creative books and self-development, and I love inhaling knowledge from experts in their specific field. I mean, actually listening to them. I prefer audiobooks. I came across a book recently, which was recommended in a podcast by Tim Ferriss, called The Practice by Seth Goden. Now, I've read a couple of Seth Godin's books, but this one really hit home for me. And if you are a creator, you absolutely must read this book. It's like a Bible, okay? And I'm not really a book review kind of guy, but this channel is all about creative philosophy, and that's why I have to tell you about this book. So immediately after hearing his podcast on Tim Ferriss, I went straight to Audible, and I think I was probably the first person in Australia to buy it. It took me a couple of weeks to read it, and the reason is the book is presented in a unique way. It's essentially presented in very short, so I think they ended up being about 220, but instead of being like chapters like a normal book, they're literally just very short selections of ideas, which is actually even more suitable, especially if it's an audiobook, because you can just pick them up, listen to 1 or 2 or 3 every day. They'll take you 5-10 minutes, and you can think about those and reflect over those over the day, and then the next day jump in and listen to another one. So it's essentially like a collection of creative philosophy ideas. I feel like he's maybe channeled me, or at least he's like a future version of me or something like that. But either way, this book as a creative just really warmed my heart, and I can't wait to go back and re-listen to it, reread it, and here's some of the reasons why. So the subtitle of the book is Shipping Creative Work. So it's all about the creative process and, you know, how you actually get creative work out there, how you actually cultivate creativity, how you can force creativity by applying limitations. He references a lot of particular stories about historic creatives and how they've gone about their work and the lessons that they've learned. He talks about approaching creativity in an empathetic and generous kind of way, rather than, you know, producing music or shooting a film for you so that you can benefit it. If you approach it with the mindset of you're being generous, you're creating something for someone else, not only does that remove the boundary for, you know, perhaps a limitation of you wanting to create it, but it allows you to attack it from a more inspired direction and allows you to actually see it from a different point of view. You know, you're doing it for a different reason. There's a deeper underlying purpose to your creativity, and it's to actually serve others. He talks about jealousy and, you know, comparing yourself to other creatives. Literally every modern problem that you have as a creative will be kind of solved in this book, or at least explored. And that's why I referred to it as a bit of a Bible, and why I can't wait to go back and reread it again, because I've never read a book like it, both in its structure and in its actual content. I've read a couple of creative books, but none that really cover it in this particular way. Seth talks about the possibility of really small things that you can do as a creative, or just any time that you ship your creative work, and, you know, shipping being like actually putting it out or releasing it, you know, and the true potential that that can have, you know, and it can have like a world of difference to either yourself or to other people, and then have a ripple effect and actually create way more change than you even thought was possible. So a lot of the ideas in it are really inspiring and will get you to perceive your creative workflows and how you actually put creative work out in an entirely different way. And it's really affected my creative process, both as a filmmaker, as a music producer, you know, and even in my actual creative professional work as well. So if you're following this channel for creative philosophy, then I recommend you absolutely check out this book. Just a quick one this week, because it has changed my life, and it will be essentially my Bible moving forward. I'm gonna put it on repeat and listen to it again. So I thought I would just share that one with you guys. Thank you very much for watching this short episode of Creative Philosophy. My name's Aimon, and I'll see you in the next video.